Well, I... Okay, I guess he quit. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. My name is Mr. Dancy Pants, and today we are playing the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe. If you're new to the channel, or if you're new to at least the Stanley Parable, I highly recommend you go back and watch this from the beginning. There's a lot of things in here that are very self-referential, and we go back over some of them, and won't always make a lot of sense without that kind of context. If you like what you see here, make sure you go down and hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell. It helps the channel out and lets you know every time I upload something new. And if you like the video, go ahead and drop a like and a comment down below. Let me know what your favorite parts were. So yeah, I think we're gonna go ahead and dive on in, do a little more exploration through the office building.
This is the story of a man named Stanley.
And skip. Alrighty.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
Oh, accidentally turned it off. Now, I wish I hadn't used up all my jumps in that previous episode. Or a couple of... Oh. Oh. Okay. Oh. Ha! Who needs a jump when you got a chair? Oh. Sometimes you feel like you're on the outside looking in. Oh! Okay.
At first, Stanley assumed he'd broken the map, until he heard this narration and realized it was part of the game's design all along. He then praised the game for its insightful and witty commentary into the nature of video game structure and its examination of structural narrative tropes. So, now that you're here, what do you think? Isn't this a fun and unique place to be? Why don't we take a minute just to drink it all in? Okay, I'm over it now. What do you think? Are you sick of this gag yet?
Oh, no.
Ah, then in that case we'll continue. But now, here comes the real question. What do you think would have happened if you had told me that you wanted this to stop? Do you think it would have been particularly different? Would I have taken the same idea but rephrased it superficially to fit that answer? Perhaps you never would even have thought of it if I hadn't brought up the issue in the first place. Oh, now think about it. Will it be worth it for you to restart and then come back here just to do the other option?
Absolutely.
Clearly, this whole gag takes some time. What if the other option is even longer? How long will you spend in total just to have heard all the narration? Oh, and this is rich. Perhaps you've just played the other option, and now you've come to see what happens in this one. So, what do you think? Which choice was the better one? Imagine if you had selected Continue on your first playthrough, how tantalizing it would be not knowing what happens when you pick the other option. Indeed, you are one of the lucky ones.
Breaking my brain.
Though if the other option is really miserable to listen to, then perhaps you're not. In fact, I'm just going to say that no one who's listening to this is lucky. Well now,
False.
I've built up the other options so much that I'm going to stop talking and leave you to your decision whether to come back here, continue with the game, or just sit in this spot forever and ever. Cheers.
Oh. No. Can I go behind the... Oh. This really is just a white room. Now I'm getting kind of... Okay, I guess we're just gonna... begin again. But I am curious about the other one.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Yeet!
At first, Stanley assumed he'd broken the map, until he heard this narration and realized it was part of the game's design all along. He then praised the game for its insightful and witty commentary into the nature of video game structure and its examination of structural narrative tropes.
Why does it look like he's looking down
now that
on
you're
me?
here, what do you think? Isn't this a fun and unique place to be? Why don't we take a minute just to drink it all in? Okay, I'm over it now. What do you think? Are you sick of this gag yet?
Yes.
Well, I don't know how to say this politely, but you could literally just hit escape and restart the game any old time you want.
well,
like
I mean-
right now.
Yeah,
You could have done
I
it
could.
just then. Now would also be an appropriate time to quit. Any of these points and so many, many more, all of them are appropriate. I'm enjoying what seems to be an internal conflict going on where you are literally unable to act on your own desires to restart the game. So, just to push the envelope, I'm going to try and make this as miserable as possible and see how long you can maintain.
This is how I argue on Facebook.
There once was a man named Stanley,
Ooh, art.
who people considered so manly. But the truth must be told, he was not very old and was quite particularly gangly. What Stanley liked most was buttons. He pushed them like some kind of glutton. He did it all day in a meaningful way, but his brain had long ceased to function. Which is why he is in this parable and lives an existence quite terrible. And if you are not strong and keep playing along, you too will become quite unbearable. You too will become quite unbearable.
You Two is unbearable. Ever since Vertigo and they slipped their album on everybody's iPod. Oh god, it does repeat. Okay, we're out. It repeats. Well, that's enough of that. We're going to avoid
All of his
that
co-workers
window.
were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Oh. Okay. Oh, this was the one that had the new ooby-doo-doo content. Ah, we do still have the reassurance bucket. I remember we went to the hole, we got gym buttons. That hole was something else. What? Am I gonna hop up on top of the... Like, don't tell me I'm gonna hop up on top of the desk again. Oh. Oh. That could have been really good. Yeah, let's go back and deal with the... There it goes. Let's take a look at the new content. Yeah.
Oh, good. You noticed my sign.
Yes, I did.
I have something very exciting to show you.
Skip.
Here we are. Go on, try out some of the new features.
Now this... Also, make sure you scan this QR code. It is safe. It is pretty nifty. Let's see. Okay, that was the infinite hole. That was... What was this? Oh, collectibles. Right, and that's also back to the infinite hole. I still need to do that new free achievement. Yes. You know what? I'm going to go ahead and do the free achievement. As sketchy as it looks. I kind of want the Stanley bobblehead. Oh, sorry. I'm totally like a kid in a candy store. Collectibles. Oh. Go to the light.
Ah, collectibles. Now it's a real video game. In the Stanley Parable 2, you'll run around gathering up these miniature Stanley figurines. And what's truly innovative is that there will be no reward for collecting all of them. I don't want to stifle the intrinsic joy of watching a number go up. You simply collect all of them, and then you move the hell on with your unremarkable life.
Okay, I dig it. Closer. We're getting closer. Oh, Stanley. Stanley figurine. Must collect Stanley. Yay. Victory. Gotta collect them all. Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe 2.
God, it really is the worst when you collect everything in a video game and then they give you a big fancy reward for it. Absolutely
yeah, it's
tragic.
So bad. Jump start. Oh, exit. No, I don't want to leave yet. I want the free and new and easy achievement.
Now here's something special. You remember that broken test achievement that got left in the game on accident? Well, I'm developing a technology to simply give you the achievement. Yes.
Ooh.
You see, you'll come to this lever, and when you pull it, the achievement will be given to you. It's as simple as that.
Why does this thing look like it's going to shout exterminate at me?
Okay, perhaps I should have clarified. This is technology that will exist. Right now, the achievement is still fully broken. I'm not a wizard, Stanley, but I guarantee it will be fixed in the sequel to at last satisfy the hordes of ravenous fans all over the world who have been uproariously demanding this feature. Gamers, we hear you, and I promise it will happen.
Oh. Well, damn. Is there anything? Oh, okay, fine. Be that way. I didn't want a free, easy, new achievement anyway. It's bullshit.
What else? What other exhibits haven't we seen yet?
The bucket. I would like to see Monsieur's bucket. Let's see. Ooh, settings world champ. Ooh, hey, the settings world champion. Ooh. Well, okay. I guess we'll not meet the settings world champion. Oh, that's new. Ooh. Oh.
An epilogue would be fun, wouldn't it, Stanley?
Yeah.
Yes, it will go at the end of the, well, we'll figure that out later.
Yeah. Alright. Book it. I'm looking for... Ah. The Reassurance Bouquet.
A common complaint of the Stanley Parable was that it was confusing and paradoxical, that it engendered a chaotic sense of reckless despair in those who played it. Well, I'm happy to say that after much consideration, I've engineered a clever solution to this fundamental problem with the game. It's the Stanley Parable Reassurance Bucket. You see, Stanley, anytime you're holding the bucket, a sense of calm and ease will fill your mind and your heart. It's true. As long as you hold on to the bucket, the many disorienting contradictions of the Stanley Parable will feel perfectly normal and perhaps even comforting. You may even come to long for the gentle embrace of jarring cognitive dissonance while the bucket is in your arms. And to be honest, it's a much more convenient solution for me than actually redesigning the game to be less uncomfortable. Can you imagine what a pain in the ass that would be? Yes,
Yeah.
the bucket is the perfect solution. Come on, give it a try.
Oh. I don't know. I mean, are you sure the bucket's healthy? It looks a little pale.
Can you feel it?
Yeah.
The glow of comfort, even in the face of crushing despair, must already be sweeping through your body. And in fact, can I say that I do believe the bucket lends you an air of charisma as well?
Ooh.
I think that just holding it has made you the slightest bit more attractive as a person.
Why, thank you.
The benefits of the bucket seem to go on and on, don't they? All this and more await you in the Stanley Parable 2.
Yay. Okay, so I'm just going to take the bucket now.
Does anyone give out awards for most enjoyable bucket in a video game? That really should be an award if it isn't already.
Let's... What was that? There was an exit somewhere here. See, that was the new... That was the epilogue. Exit.
Calling it the Stanley Parable 2 is just so much catchier than Ultra Deluxe, don't you think?
Yeah, no, it
Ultra
definitely
Deluxe.
is.
What does it even mean? But the Stanley Parable 2, now that's an artistic statement right there. It's future-oriented. All right, have you seen everything you wanted to? Ready to move on now?
I believe so. Oh, somebody left their briefcase here? I guess my inventory is only one bucket. God. I kind of want to get that into Lost and Found. Just a new mug. Ooh. What does
So, Stanley, what do you think? Do you like all of the new features?
Yeah,
yes,
I
I
dig
know
it.
it's not exactly clear yet how exactly these features will come together as one single coherent video game, but I can feel it in my soul. It's going to work. There's definitely a good game in there somewhere. Say, let's do an experiment. I'll arrange these new features together, and we'll see whether or not it coheres into a meaningful gameplay experience.
Yes. I can cohere it.
Okay. Are you ready?
Ready.
Here it is. I give you the Stanley Parable 2.
Yeah. I mean,
Well, I mean, there's potential here, right?
Yeah,
It's
yeah, no,
sort
totally.
of. Okay, never mind.
no,
Hold
it's
on.
fine.
Let me do a different arrangement.
Okay.
Okay, yes, this is much better. I feel good about this. Here we go. Version 2.
Here we go. Oh,
Who am I kidding, Stanley?
I like the
This
first one
isn't a
better.
coherent video game at all. It's a lot of gags. And I do very much enjoy creating gags, but they don't add up to anything.
Can I get the other bucket?
I wanted more than anything to create a sequel that would capture all the magic of the first game. I wanted fans to love it. No matter how good these gags are, they won't stand on their own. They
No.
would need the structure and the gameplay of the original.
Yeah,
Wait.
just put them in the original.
Maybe that's it. I can take the original Stanley Parable and simply, well, insert a few of my new features into it. Tastefully, of course. With
course.
respect. With care for the vision and integrity of the original game. Would it possibly work? I suppose it could. But it would need a really, really tremendous title screen. A title screen that says with bold and uncompromising conviction, "This is the Stanley Parable 2." Let me see if I can whip something up.
Yeah.
All right, perfect. Go ahead. Take a look.
Ooh.
I mean the kind of music men hum or whistle when they feel on top of the world. And gentlemen, one of the many things that give you that tip-top feeling is the pleasure of being well-dressed.